It's good to be with you on this edition of Hong Kong Direct, your weekly guide to what's going on in the racing world here in Hong Kong. This is what we've got in store on this show today. We're going to be catching up with Jerry Chau, the newest apprentice to Hong Kong racing, who this week joined Douglas White's stable. Plus, we go behind the binoculars with one of the maestros of the microphone, Tom Wood. Plenty more as well on the show. It's a pleasure to be with you. It's also a pleasure to have Sam Agars from the South China Morning Post as our special guest on the show this week. Thanks for your time, Sam.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Edward. As always, there's plenty happening in Hong Kong racing.
There certainly is. So we come into Saturday racing this week on the back of a significant Wednesday night where the jockey title has changed hands. Zac Purton riding a fabulous five-timer. He's now 4 clear of Joe Moreira.
He certainly is, and he just continues to throw the gauntlet down to the Magic Man. A huge night for Zac. Finish off with a fantastic ride on Dances with Dragon, and Casper and Zac have done a fantastic job with that horse in recent weeks. Certainly.
I think that ride just showed the sort of confidence that Zac has got at the moment. The horse is obviously in great form, but the patience that he showed on him, he didn't panic. A lot of other riders around him were making moves, but he was just happy to settle at the back of the field, take the gap through the middle of the track and get up to win. 5 on the night for him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, it certainly looks like the Jockeys Premiership's going to go down to the wire. People perhaps suggested that Joe might eventually pull away, but Zac's not going to let that happen as far as we can see.
No, Joe's won 3, Zac's won 3, including the last 2 titles. So Zac had a terrific night on Wednesday at Happy Valley. But when you look at the field for Saturday's meeting, Sam, Joe with a full book of rides on a 10-race card, Zac with 7. Can you see things changing a bit there? Could Joe get a couple back on Zac?
Oh, he certainly could. Joe's best form is at Sha Tin, as we know, and I think he's got some very nice rides, Beauty Legacy and the Class 1 being among them, so there's absolutely no reason why he can't once again fight back and keep the stoush going.
Yes, I thought that Far Above was also a good chance for Joe on Saturday's program. There are 2 star jockeys. They're destined to battle out this title right until the very end of the season in the middle of the July part of the year. But we've got a new jockey joining us here in Hong Kong. His name is Jerry Chau. He'll have his first day of race riding on Saturday at Sha Tin. I caught up with him and his master, Douglas White, earlier on this week.
Feel very excited and very happy to come back to Hong Kong. Yep, and today is my first day working with Douglas stable and working with my boss, and feel very enjoy it.
What's it like to be assigned to Douglas White, a legend of Hong Kong racing, as your master here?
Yeah, really happy he's my master and he got many experience in Hong Kong and he can teach me a lot.
You've spent the last year riding in Adelaide. You've had quite a bit of success there. Just tell us a bit about your time in South Australia, Jerry.
Yeah, well, 77 winner in there, and it's a very good time and very good training area and for me and yeah, really enjoy and really try really hard to riding in there. Yeah.
Have a look at Always the King charging through the rail. Vindex, big call. Always the King. Always the King put on a show at the start and he put on a show at the end to win.
And Douglas, for you as an apprentice, you came out of the South African Jockey Academy, which was world renowned for the success that it's had. What are some of the lessons from your apprentice days that you'd like to pass on to Jerry?
I think work ethic. I think, you know, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And I'll teach him a little bit about work ethic and general mannerism, you know, just being on time and not being afraid to work hard. So there's a few things that hopefully I can point Jerry in the right direction. He seems very eager to learn. He's got a lovely style about him. It's only our first day together. He's had 2 go round. He seems to have nice soft hands on horses. But incrementally I'll be able to see more and learn more about him and hopefully get him on the right path.
Did you watch much of his rides in South Australia?
I did. I did. He's neat on a horse, and what I do like about Jerry's style is they tend to run for him. He doesn't look like he's forcing them. It looks like they do want to run for him, and that's a good asset to have.
You've been involved in Hong Kong racing for 24 years. You've seen a lot of apprentices come and go in that time. What does it take to succeed as an apprentice in Hong Kong, do you think?
Well, Hong Kong's a make or break industry. We all know that it's the best racing jurisdiction in the world, in my personal opinion. And I think that if Jerry's afforded the right start and rides accordingly to how I think he can ride, there's no reason why he shouldn't be successful. He's just got to learn how to cope with the pressures of Hong Kong. He's got to learn the work ethic and how to contain himself both mentally and physically. And first and foremost, he's got to enjoy what he's doing, and he's got to enjoy working for our team, and he's got to enjoy his race riding. And once he can get all of that in fine-tuned, he'll be all right.
We wish Jerry all the very best for the start of his Hong Kong career. 77 winners from 544 rides during his time in South Australia, where a lot of the apprentices have been based before returning to Hong Kong. And when you look at his rides for Saturday as well, Sam, 4 rides, but he's got a few chances there.
He certainly has. Relentless Me for Douglas there, Buddies for John Moore. All look to be very competitive. And look, when he left South Australia, his former master, Leon McDonald, said it. He labelled it a sad day, so he certainly made an impact down there. And look, there's a chance he can make an impact on his first day back here.
You've spoken to Jerry at the track work this week leading up to his first day of race riding. What sort of vibe did you get from him about how he feels returning to Hong Kong?
Look, he's certainly been thrown in the deep end, but he couldn't be happier to be here and to take up this challenge. He learned a little bit from Ricky Yu before he went away to South Australia about his diet and keeping his weight down and things like that. And by all reports, Douglas is going to ramp that up and make sure he's being accountable. And Jerry just seems like he's really, really itching to get into it. And as it is for all of these young jockeys that are sent away to train and then come back to ride at Sha Tin's their dream, and he gets to fulfil that on Saturday at Sha Tin.
You're a proud South Australian. He's had a bit of success riding over there. They do get the £10 claim when they come over to Hong Kong, the new apprentices, but it's a different style of racing, isn't it, going from Adelaide to here in Hong Kong?
Certainly is, and that's where Jerry said he's going to learn most from Dougie early on, and I don't know how much you can learn in 4 days, but obviously he's been leaning on him this week, and yeah, he'll just be looking to get out of the gates as quick as he can with that lightweight and try and be right in amongst it come the finish.
And he's got a pretty good mentor and a 13-time champion jockey too in Douglas White.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't have asked for a better master than Dougie. And I think we'll see as we progress and things move forward that he'll really start to rub off on him. And Jerry will be given every chance to succeed. And he'll get a couple of months of a taste of it now, and then looking into next season, I think, is when he'll really start to hit his straps. Yes,
it's obviously early days for Douglas in his own training career, but we've already seen him have success in helping out some of the apprentices, like Alfie Chan, who rode a double for him on Champions Day, and even Lyle Hewitson, a young jockey from South Africa. So you can see the signs are there that Douglas has been a good mentor for some of these young and apprentice jockeys coming through the ranks.
There's absolutely no doubt that Dougie really cares about these guys, and he wants to impart on them as much knowledge as he can, and he wants them to succeed. And obviously that'll be doubled down with Jerry joining his stable and riding for him.
Okay, so they're the jockeys. Let's move on to another bit of news regarding the trainers this week. And Sam, a significant milestone for trainer Ricky Yu and what's been a fantastic season for him this season. 800 wins, he celebrated that on Sunday at Sha Tin, but he was also quick to point out that was just 800 Hong Kong wins. He's had a bit of success overseas as well too.
He certainly has, and only the 6th Hong Kong trainer to reach 800 winners, and he's absolutely airborne, showing no signs of slowing down. Ricky, another double at Happy Valley on Wednesday to go 9 clear in the Trainers Premiership. And I guess everyone's sort of been looking and waiting for him to slow down, but doesn't look like he's going to.
Would you have your money on him taking out his first Trainers title this year?
Certainly looks that way to me. Francis Loy in second position's nearly a month without a winner, and that gap's just widening, so it's really hard to see anyone running him down.
Yes, he's never won a trainer's title, but he's trained some terrific horses. He's won big races overseas, as we mentioned, with the likes of Amber Sky and also Sacred Kingdom and Ultra Fantasy. He looks in the commanding position for the trainer's title in his 25th year as a trainer. I guess ending a bit of dominance that we've seen from the likes of John Size in recent years. It's a different season, really, as far as the trainers are concerned.
Certainly is, and it's nice to have a little bit of a new flavour there. John Size himself has admitted and did admit earlier this season that perhaps he didn't have the cattle to push for the title this year. So no doubt he's going to have plenty up his sleeve, I guess, for next season. But yeah, for now it's Ricky and hopefully for the spectacle, Francis can push him.
Yeah, that'd be great to see both a jockey's battle, which we're probably going to get to see between Joe Moreira and Zach Purton, also a tight tussle in the trainers' ranks. Time for a break here on Hong Kong Direct. Don't go anywhere, plenty more on the other side of this, but we'll take you to the break, continuing on with the Ricky U theme and have a look back at one of the memorable moments in his training career with Sacred Kingdom, one of his stars. This is the first of his 2 Hong Kong sprint victories.
International sprint. The crowd gives them a tremendous roar. Away they go. Green Birdie's taken straight back to last. And deep out, Miss Andretti's ridden for speed. So is YB. Sunny Singh, Ben Bourne near the inside, and Royal Delight's going for. There's plenty of speed. And Shane Dye takes Royal Delight to the front of the first corner. YB circling the field, going to second. Sunny Singh third, Ben Bourne fourth, and Miss Andretti's right with them with Desert Lord. Absolute Champion parks off the speed. Then Scintillation, Sacred Kingdom. He's got horses on his outside. Sunny Power and Teaser improving. Then Marchand Doran, Green Birdie is last, racing to the bend. It's Royal Delight in front from Ben Bourne. Desert Lord's out 3 wide. Miss Andretti's 4 wide, and 5 wide is YB. Sunny Singh behind them. Sacred Kingdom's giving away 4 lengths. It's Royal Delight in front. Absolute Champions coming hard. Now Sacred Kingdom's into the clear. Miss Andretti can't go with them. Sacred Kingdom charges up on the outside. He hits the lead from Royal Delight. Absolute Champion staying on doggedly, but Sacred Kingdom, he is world class. Sacred Kingdom's roaring away to beat Absolute Champion.